I know. I was just like you. I know you creative. I know you want to be in your purpose. So let me explain to y'all why it's time to create. And you done consumed enough. You know how you be on YouTube, right? And you just be watching videos, letting time go by, and then the videos be pointless, and you just be watching it because you want to be entertained. Then half the videos ain't even entertaining no more. I've been through that phase before. And at the end of the day, this is something you have to overcome, because I had to overcome this phase. I used to be just like you, just spending hours away, wasting time, trying to figure out my purpose. And I always wanted to create, because I will always say I wanted to create, but I just didn't figure out a way to create. And I was feeling that way too. You know why you can't figure out a way to create? Because you're making excuses. And I know it's tough to say that, but I'm gonna be real. You making excuses. Anybody can create. You just gotta find your purpose and your passion for it. Once you find your purpose and your passion, you're gonna get to it. Look what I'm doing now. I didn't even know this was a new passion. I'm learning new things every day because I'm willing to learn. So when you let your mind wander, that's when you become creative, because your mind is so bottled up with stuff that's going on in your life. Let me know. Some of y'all may have jobs. Some of y'all may be working overtime. And let's keep it real. The supervisor may be getting on your nerves. I've been there too. But you can't let that bother you, because it's stopping your mind. It's stopping your thoughts. It's stopping your passion to create. And you're creative. I know you is. But that's what a lot of us suffer from. We say a lot of things. We always say we're going to do it. That's the key thing. We always say we're going to do it. We let the say come before the do it. We got to do it, then worry about talking about it later. Because once they see you doing it, you creating now. So that's what I want y'all to do. So if y'all feeling down, that's another way to create. Figure out things that makes you happy. Some people listen to music, what makes their mind clear. It's a lot of things in life that you can do to keep your mind clear so you can create. However, you got to do it. You got to figure out a way. That's lesson 1. Now lesson 2 is, let me tell y'all about this. Now y'all may be watching content on YouTube. Now do y'all find yourself watching valuable content? Like my content? My content is valuable. You feel me? And that's how you're supposed to feel. So when you on YouTube and you scrolling and you watching valuable content, you learning, because you learning your purpose, because you're getting inspired. Once you learn to get inspired, which you are, because you're watching this, now you can create. That's lesson 2. Once you find videos that inspire you, create. Keep going. So the time is now. So stop waiting on the perfect moment. Don't worry about it being perfect, because it ain't gonna never be perfect. Are you perfect? Nobody's perfect. So how you gonna get a perfect moment? If ain't nothing gonna never be perfect, how you gonna get a perfect moment? Number 3, that means stop overthinking it. You wasting time by overthinking. You digging yourself in a deeper hole that you don't have to dig into. You stopping your creativity. I used to be accustomed to that. Let me tell you how I used to be accustomed to that. I'm gonna tell you about this life situation I used to go through. Now, I used to go to the studio, right? This is something I do when I don't be working. Y'all may have hobbies in y'all life that y'all do. Now, I used to overthink things all the time because my mind wasn't so clear. I used to let stuff worry me and get to me. But let me tell you about this one situation. I was recording this song called Skip with my brothers. Now, I done spent probably about 2,000 doing this song over and over because my mind wasn't clear. I kept overthinking situations. And it wasn't good for me in the long run because I kept overthinking it. So that's why I always say, keep a clear mind. Because once I kept a clear mind, I was able to go and do that song with no problem. So whatever you want to do in your life, if you want to sell products, you want to sell merchandise, go into the situation with a clear mind. Don't overthink it because it's time for you to create. So at the end of the day, keep being you, but be free. Stop being worried about things you cannot change. I got to keep telling y'all that over and over. And ain't nothing wrong with me telling you that over and over. You know why? Because that may be how you learn. So don't look at it like I'm telling it to you over and over. Because you may have to get that and plant it in your head that way. Expand your mind. Elevate your soul. Because life is a gamble. It's all about the choices you make. But once you find your purpose and you're able to create, you will see. Everything else will come right to you. And that's what I had to learn. So, what I want to tell y'all is that I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay true to yourself. Don't worry about what nobody else thinks. And some of you guys' friends, they may not be on board. But it is what it is, long as you on board. Sometimes you gotta clear your mind from that too. That's why they always say, pay attention to your circle. If don't nobody in your circle want to be successful, and you want to be successful, and you keep telling them your dreams and your visions, you can't tell everybody your dreams and your visions. You know why? And I'm not saying this because it's a bad thing or it's like you acting funny. I'm saying this because it's like you speaking another language to them. So they're not going to understand that, and it's going to stress you out because you're trying to make them be great like you. You was destined to be great. If they're not on board, they're not on board. Just figure out another way. So if that's stopping your creativity, don't let it stop it. So we probably on lesson 5 right now. But that's how I want to explain to y'all in situations, because what I want to tell y'all, I'm so passionate and destined to tell y'all. Sometimes I be losing track of my lessons because at the end of the day, I'm out here just doing it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not putting no number, no time frame, and nothing like that on anything I do anymore because I can't think straight. Now, me telling you this situation, I can think clear. Because I know my purpose, I have a clear mind. And it's just, in general, genuine, off the heart. So once you're doing it from the heart, and you know your purpose, and you letting everything go, you don't care about nothing else, watch your mind prosper. God didn't make your mind for a mistake. He made your mind for a reason. And once you learn what your reason is, that's when you're going to be powerful. So, after I said all that, at the end of the day, you just got to be willing to learn. That's the fascinating part. Where we go wrong at, we be talking about, oh man, I got to learn. Oh man. So when you catch yourself doing things like that, stop yourself. When you be like, oh man, stop it. Be like, okay, let me research this. Let me do it. So this is how you do that. This is how you do that. Now you see how much better that sound than, man, I gotta stop yourself. Because even if you got children in this world, say if you tell your son or your daughter to clean up, and they be like, man, I gotta stop them. You can stop them at a young age. I know they don't want to clean up, and we say they're young, they're going to do what they want to do. Yeah, we ain't going to be like drilling SARS for our kids or whatever. But tell them like, don't think about it like that. Get them out of that stage while they're younger. You see what I'm saying? Because if I was in that stage while I was younger, about thinking about situations like that, I wouldn't have wasted this much time now. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to waste no time. Because it's time for you to create. You consumed enough. You consumed enough real messages. So that's another lesson. If you can start, the time is now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start being confident. You can speak it into existence. You got to believe it. Once you believe it, you're going to start seeing, like, dang, I didn't know I could do things like this. How am I doing this? It's easy how you doing it. Because you found you. You see what I'm saying? It's simple. People just make things so difficult. Stop making things difficult and keep saying it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense because they was programmed to tell you that it don't make no sense. But it makes perfect sense. I tell people that all the time when they say it don't make no sense. It makes perfect sense. Because your mindset is so messed up, you keep having rebuttal towards things. That's why it don't make no sense, because you always got to say back and get back for everything. Stop doing that. Because when you got to get back and say back for everything, it's stopping you from creating. And I don't want y'all to stop. Don't never stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Ain't that the Young Gunners record? But you know what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Once you change your mindset and gain the power within to create, you can't be stopped. That's all I'm trying to say. You can't be stopped. So what I want to tell y'all, know your purpose. Know what you're doing it for or who you doing it for. So at the end of the day, what you doing it for, what you doing it for. Remove you out the equation, because it's not about you. Once you start learning that it's not about you, it's time for you to create. So just create. So that's what's stopping you. You. Just create. You see how I took you out? Because that's what's stopping. That's what's stopping. That's what's stopping. It's time for creation. So create. That's all I be trying to say. You feel me? That's all I'm trying to say. I've been trying to say this for so long. And I'm going to keep saying this to y'all. So, I appreciate y'all for staying with me and showing love. Because I had to keep telling myself that. I had to become a better me. That's why you got to become a better you. Become a better man. Become a better woman. Because it's time for you to create. Time to create. My apologies. But you get the message. So let me add you back in there. Because you get the message. I already told you. So, don't worry about me saying you. Because you changed your mindset. You see how I switched that around? Switch your mind around. And I had to switch mine around. Walking every day. It's good weather out here. Now, let me know how many of y'all be saying, oh, it's so good out here. I be wanting to go outside because the weather's just nice. As the years go by, and thank God you're still on this earth to enjoy this weather. But as the years go by, this nice weather is going to always come back around. So stop thinking like that. So be outside with a purpose. It's going to always be hot outside when it becomes summer or when it becomes winter. Some people live in states where it's hot all year round. Okay, it's a nice day. So I'm in purpose, so I ain't worried about that. So now I got to create. And once you create, you're going to feel good about yourself. Because at the end of the day, you did it to a passion and you added value to what you can add value to. So once you feel that way and be successful in that manner, nothing can stop you. So those are the ways to be successful. So that's what I want to tell you. So enjoy this message. take this message in, because this message is going to take you a long way. Some of y'all may not agree, some of y'all may agree, but this is a good message. I don't care what nobody say, because you can't worry me. You see what I'm saying? So all the naysayers out there, you may have friends that don't see your vision, that don't see your goal. I've been there too. I used to stress myself out, waiting on other people, keep telling them my dreams, and they don't want to do nothing. So at the end of the day, you can't be worried about them. You care too much. So stop caring too much. That's the final lesson. Stop caring too much. Let your mind wander. Be free. And watch. So that's my take on that situation. So in reality, tell me if I got a point or if I'm tripping. But in this message, I definitely have a point, because I was just like you. And let me know if you're doing that now. Y'all probably scrolling on YouTube right now, looking at some bull crap y'all ain't got no business listening to. But it's all good. But I'm giving you time to correct that. Now you can still listen to some bull crap. I don't care. Because some way it just draw you into it. But you got to learn how to balance it out. Okay? Balance it out. Start listening to some values, because that's what I be doing now. I be looking up a lot of things that I never knew about. Just like about becoming a private seller on Amazon. I was watching a whole video about that. And I didn't even know I was watching a video about that, because I was so intrigued and wanting to learn. You see what I'm saying? When you're so intrigued and willing to do things, you're not going to worry about nothing else, because you're in purpose. And that's all I be wanting to say. So, at the end of the day, let me know how y'all feel in the comments. And I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace. See you on the next one.